That's how we're riding out here on the Infinite Fringe. There's a ton of background noise. I don't know who's doing it, but please try to make something happen with that. It is the Infinite Fringe. What is going on, everybody? Truth Frequency Radio. How you doing? I missed you guys the last 2 weeks. My life was not complete. I tried to go on live last week. It just didn't work out because the gods were like, no, 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 this is not going to happen. Billy Ray Valentine. Actually, I screwed that up. And I'm sorry for that. But here I am on September. I've been waiting to play that song ever since I got this device, which allows me to do stuff like this. Earth, Wind, and Fire, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest musical acts to ever grace planet Earth. Earth, Wind, and Fire, September, in what would be the 7th month of the year. That's why it's called September, right? It makes perfect sense, but it's not. It's the 9th month of the year because for several reasons. But in October, which is the 8th month of the year, in all actuality, it's the 10th month, but regardless, October, octopus, or the octopus of global control, shouts to Charlie Robinson. We're having an event here in New York City, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure you join me. And what better time to have a Fringe celebration, an Infinite Fringe celebration, than on the 8th, right? On the month of infinity, ladies and gentlemen. Come join us October 2nd. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Eventbrite.com, Shoot the Moon NYC, Crow 777, Jason Lingram, Mark Devlin, John Brissom, Wayne McCroy, and myself. We will all be there, and you'll never know who might pop up in addition to that. But, you know, it's going to be an all-day event, $30. We're almost halfway to our goal, and tickets have only been on sale for a week, so you know where to get them. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for anybody that's interested. I got a couple of surprises for you guys today because I always aim to please, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys have been hitting me over the head asking me constantly, where is Gene? Where is Jimmy Gene? Well, I dug him up. He was sleeping on the Infinite Fringe couch all this entire time. I told him to wake up and come on here with me and say hello to Truth Frequency Radio. Jimmy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Billy? Yeah, somehow, I don't know, your couch is so big. Billy has such a giant suite here in New York City that I fell on the couch and I fell through the cracks just like the change down in the bottom there. You didn't know I was there the whole time. And now
tell these people what's going on with you, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, so we got a new thing going over on a different network, Revolution Radio. We're on there on Friday nights at 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And, you know, it's a great little environment to be in. There's a lot of great other content over there besides our show. So, yeah, just having a good time, Billy. Really, really great and happy to be here because I know that today is the 9th month, you know, pretty much. And I was born on the 5th of September, so my birthday is going to be coming up here pretty quick. So I'm a September baby, and Labor Day is always a 3-day weekend for Jimmy, because my birthday is on the 3-day weekend. So you know, what can go wrong? I'm here. It's you know, sunny
well,
and
plenty can go wrong.
Well, I know.
I'm glad to know that that's your birthday because I did not know that was your birthday. Anyway, Labor Day weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you who are celebrating here in the United States are relaxing, taking it easy, and I hope all of you around the world are doing the same. You know, and just chilling with your family and eating a bunch of stuff that you shouldn't be eating. But that's fine. We'll excuse it today. And
hats off.
Spending some time with loved ones.
Hats
What's
off,
up, man?
hats off, Billy. Hats off to labor, and don't forget about organized labor, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people went to bat so that people could have rights in the workplace, and most of the rights people have today in a non-union workplace, the only reason they have those is because of the union. So I just want to say what's up. I'm a member of Local 617, the IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And I just want to say what's up and happy Labor Day to everybody and all my brothers and sisters out there. You know, Billy, did you know that in the trade union, like say, for example, if you wanted to be an electrician, there's equal pay for men and women there. Did you know that? Everybody gets
Apparently.
everybody gets paid the same. It doesn't matter what sex you are. So, hey, maybe there's a place for somebody to go if they want to look for a new career.
Well, the chat is lighting up saying, "What's up, Jimmy?"
Hey,
So
what's up,
everybody's
Chad?
saying,
I'm
"What's up,
coming over
Jimmy?"
there. I'm
Listen,
coming.
we have one more guest here today about a lot of very interesting things. She did a show with me on theinfinitefringe.podbeam.com, The Infinite Fringe on iTunes on my podcast. And I couldn't wait to get her on here live because she is a very interesting person. Here we go. Listen, I'm going to drop the link in the chat to Shoot the Moon NYC. I just did that. Anybody that's interested, go ahead and buy yourself a ticket, $30, to come hang out with all of us for a day and to listen to some lectures and watch a movie. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you do that.
I know.
And if you can't do it, just spread it somewhere, put it somewhere where someone can see it, and maybe they can come. But anyway, Jimmy, are you ready for our guest today?
I am. The tri-state area. There's a great.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Jimmy's gone.
No.
Let me go to my guest.
No,
Is my guest here?
I'm here. Yeah.
I'm here.
She is here. We had to clean up around here today because we had a lady come in, so we had to clean this place up.
I know. It's looking good too. I must say, and the incense, the Nag Champa, Billy, it added an extra bit of ambiance, I must say.
Lilac Orr is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Lilac Orr. If you don't know
Hi,
her,
guys. How are you?
What's up, Lilac? How you doing? Say hello to Truth Frequency Radio. Come on.
What's up, people? And Jimmy, happy birthday. Do you know that in the Jewish, spiritual, not religious, it's in your birthday, you don't get gifts from other people. You're actually channeling a very powerful energy. So you have to give gifts and give blessings to everyone else around you.
I always did that intrinsically, and I never knew that. Well, thank you so much. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our guest.
It's Lilac Orr, ladies and gentlemen. Lilac, do me a favor, because I'm not going to do you justice. How about you just go ahead and tell these people a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and where they can find you before we get into some talk about sex and sexuality and sexual power and sex magic. It's kind of what you're dealing. Go ahead and tell us.
Yeah. So my main purpose in life is to awaken people into their own divinity and true power, not what we've been told is our essence and nature. Mostly I speak about sex magic and the power of sexual energy, because I feel like when we learn how to freaking have sex finally, we will change the world, and we will take our power back. Because right now, maybe 5 people on the planet, I don't know about the number, but very few people on the planet actually know how to have sex, and they are actually feeding the beast because they're using their kind of magic wand. I call a sex magic wand. They use it in a very bad way without even knowing it. I also teach about the divine masculine and feminine energies, and how to use them and how to create a sacred union between men and women. And I speak a lot about veganism, a lot about dark magic and how it's controlling our psyche on this planet. I also started recently speaking about where I come from, the planet I come from, because it's something I was always scared to talk about because people think I'm crazy anyway. But yeah, so I'm not from here, and there are a lot of people like me that are not from here. I'm not the only one. And I really feel like it's time for us all to awaken and to really connect to our mission and do our freaking work on this planet.
Let's do our freaking work on this planet. I couldn't have put it better myself. Lilac, welcome to the Infinite Fringe. Welcome to Truth Frequency Radio. And it is Labor Day, so I'm assuming there's going to be some people having sex later today. I hope we can kind of direct it in a way where you're doing it properly. But we're also going to talk about a little bit of dark things, right? The dark essence of this and what the hell's going down. I believe sex to be a very positive thing, but just like everything, it can be turned upside down, unfortunately. And, Lilac does a lot of work in this regard, and she did want to talk about the pedophilia and all that nonsense that's going on today in the world. And you see it all over in the highest levels. You see it. It's like a plague, like a fungus, it's like these people it's part of their essence almost, Lilac. It's incredible what these people are doing. And now with the whole Epstein situation and the nonsense that he's been getting into for years and allowed to get away with, why is this? First off, you wanted to talk about this, so go wherever you want, right? But tell me, why do you think these people are doing this?
Well, first of all, this Epstein guy, he's a very, very tiny, tiny little dot in this whole story. Okay.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
And what happens is that, pedophilia has been going on for so long. And we will talk about why later on, especially in, with very powerful people on this planet that control our lives in many ways. But what they do is, when things start to come up, when the truth starts to come up to the surface, they will pick one of the people amongst them that is less important, like Epstein, and they would like throw all the spotlight and all the blame kind of on him to like deflect us from what's really what's happening even more deeper, so we won't go into the rabbit hole even further, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
So pedophilia, it's not a new thing. It's just this last few years, especially since Trump has been elected. And, trust me, I do not like Trump like anyone else, but Trump, what I like to, I see the world energetically. And when you see the world energetically, it's very different than how you see it just physically, what's happening, right? So the fact that Trump is in control, kind of in control, he's not really in control, but it's been bringing a lot of shit up to the surface, a lot of the truth, the ugly, the secrets, a lot of the things that have been trying to put under the rug. It's bringing it up to the surface now, and that's the good thing energetically that Trump has brought to the table. Okay. He brought, just all the ugliness, but we need to see all this ugliness, because what people don't understand, and they don't want to look at this in this way, is that all this ugliness that we're seeing now, it's a mirror of us. It's a reflection of our subconscious mind as a human race. Okay, it's very ugly. This is not beautiful to see what we have done to us, to this world, to each other. Okay. Pedophilia. Why have sex with children? Let's begin with that. Okay. Why have sex with children? I think I spoke to also last time I was in the show. When you have sex, you are obviously, you're creating tremendous amount of energy, of life force. It's like again, it's like a magic wand, and you can use it for good, you can use it for bad. It's energy. It's transmuting and transferring energy. When someone has sex with a child is the most pure, especially a child before the age of, I would say, between 5 to 7. Before that age, when they're in their earliest years, they are in their most pure state, physically and especially spiritually and energetically. I think most of the people who listen to the show have heard about, spiritual and energetic vampirism, right?
Yeah, most likely.
So when we are having sex with a child, especially in a very hurtful way, if, like most of these people do, they're not just raping the children, they are also torturing the children. And when you do that, when you're using such strong amounts of fear and trauma, you are creating a massive amount of dark energy, which creates a sort of a portal. I'm just trying to kind of explain it in a more to kind of visualize, so you can visualize this energy. It creates a sort of a portal, and of course, because we're using very, very low frequencies, we're creating portals for what? For very, very low frequencies, entities and beings and energies. So pedophilia, especially when it's happening in such a systematic way, in such a ritualistic way as well with these people. I'm not talking about the everyday pedophile, down the street who is just, a traumatized child himself, and that's why he needs to rape other children. Not that it's an excuse, but, I'm talking about the ritualistic, systematic pedophilia that is happening within the
elites.
The elites, exactly. Thank you for, yeah. So, what they're doing is basically using dark. It's a sort of dark, very baneful magic, in order to suck away and to use the energy of children in order to serve, to give offering, and to receive energy from very low vibrational entities. So this is kind of like a overview of what's happening.
Disgusting. It really is.
It's pretty horrific. It's pretty horrific. And the stories that you hear of the children who are not, like, a lot of them are adults now who actually experience that, who live to tell the story, because most of them are just killed. Really, most of these kids are just killed. And, because like I said, they torture, they rape, and they also kill the child after in order to, to use blood magic. So it's really, it's the most horrific way to use energy, sexual energy, but energy on overall as a human being. Like these people that do this, that do this to children, they're not human beings at this point. I don't believe. I look at them and I see their energetic field, and they're not human beings at this point. They're completely possessed by demons. So we're basically, like, really, if you want me to go, like, to really tell you the truth, what I'm seeing is we are complete. The elite is complete with people who are completely demonically possessed.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Keep going. Tell us about it.
So yeah, I kind of like don't have anything right now. I wanted to give you an overview, but if you have any questions, yeah, I can answer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, completely demonically possessed. We've heard that, and people have made this claim about the elites for a long, long time, to the point where, are they human, right? We get that around in our community. Are they human? Are they reptoids? We've been, Jimmy and I have actually stumbled upon a couple of things lately. Nothing new, but it's new to us anyway, with Dr. Peter Beater and organic robotoids. I think that's something altogether different. But anyway, go look that up. That is some crazy stuff. We actually did some shows on it on Into the Microcosm and over at We've Read the Documents with John Brissom. What's up, John Brissom? Anyway, Jimmy, let me let you get in here real quick. I know how you feel about this subject, and I know you don't like talking about it. And in the second half, we're going to talk about some more uplifting things, some real nice, good, sexual energy. We're going to try to direct that.
And can I say actually one more thing?
Yeah, what's up?
So one more thing, just guys, before I forget. So basically, it's not just that, but there's also the aspect that, and we think we're all saying that today, right now, it's rising, the sexualization of children.
Oh yeah.
It's horrific. It's horrific, and it's on all levels, and you see it everywhere, and people are so freaking blind to it, and it freaking kills me. Especially parents. The parents of these children, they're not even aware of what they're doing to their own children, just to be cool or to have another cool Instagram, story, or to have it's a complete sexualization of children from very young ages right now.
No,
extremely
I agree.
young ages. And also with the porn industry, children today have, obviously, and they know that children have, they can watch porn from their phone at any given moment, and they do. Yeah. And it destroys the child's connection to sex from an extremely young age right now. So we already have like an entire world of people who don't know how to have divine sex. And now this new generation of children is completely brainwashed to have even more baneful, horrific, sexual transmutation of energy. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to say as well.
No, we went over this, how unnatural pornography is, right? Yeah. And how it brings down the level of, the frequencies. We're here on Truth Frequency Radio. How it would bring down the frequency of the sexual energy that you're supposed to achieve. It kind of cheapens it in a way,
It destroys it completely.
Yeah, there you go. It destroys it completely. I will tell you this. I think there's a lot of parents that are waking up to this and are not happy about the over-sexualization of their kids by the school system, by the television, by Disney, by all these huge corporations that are pushing this agenda, for some reason. I think there are plenty of parents out there that are like, I don't like this crap. And I'm around them and I see them, Lilac. So there is hope in that regard. Let me get Jimmy in here. Jimmy, give me some thoughts on what's being said. Come on.
Yeah, well, I see, this is exactly, I see your empathic abilities in what you just said, because I was about to say that this whole thing has been normalized, and you see laws across the planet being changed so that the age of consent is basically younger and younger and younger. Okay. And
Yep.
also, so what they do is they get some 21-year-old model and have her look as young as she possibly can, and so what they do is they psychologically develop an appetite on these porn sites for these younger looking women, even though that may not be what a person's attracted to. I think the spending of the life force, millions of times per minute. I mean, how many times per minute is there an ejaculation that goes into the air? Nowhere. It goes nowhere. The energy goes nowhere. The seed goes nowhere. No one is born. And, the depopulation agenda continues. I want to put forward maybe, and we can talk about this maybe when we come back, Lilac, do you think the wearing of the condom and that rubber separation between a man and a woman cuts off the exchange of divine energy between the pair, making the act almost the same as masturbation or ejaculating for no reason or spending your life force for frivolous purposes?
Very good question. It's not just the condom, love. I mean, unfortunately, because most people don't know how to have sex, and they choose the wrong partners to have sex with also, I would suggest to people to wear more condoms. Unfortunately, I think it definitely does destroy the transmission of the sexual energies and the connection and the union of them. But they're not actually having sex from the right reason in the first place, and they're not having sex correctly anyway. So they might as well just wear a condom. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't want to because they're just going to destroy each other's energies, because they're coming from the wrong place completely, both partners. And then on top of that, you have the risk of having more babies, which we do not need more babies, especially babies who are coming from an undivine sex right now. I actually did a video on it today, but yeah, go ahead.
The orgasm achieved with the thought of pornographic imagery, the energy is tainted anyway, is what you're saying. There is no union from a mind perspective, for a body perspective, between the couple. So the energetic exchange at that point is really, if a child was born under those circumstances, may not end up with the right energies, and his life or her life may not end up, all that good. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Exactly. But there are a lot of layers to this. We honestly, we can go on for hours about this, but I'll try to make it short. So it's the sexual fluids that are transmuted between two partners, the physical fluids, the DNA. And one of the first things I teach, if you want to have divine sex magic, you have to eat healthy, light foods. You cannot eat animals. You cannot drink alcohol. It just slows and destroys your vibration. So when you're two people who have your energy physically tainted already coming together, it's a whole fucking mess. Okay. And it's transmuted into, like, if you have a baby, it's transmuted into them, this low frequency. Then we have the layer of these, most people don't do enough shadow work. Most people carry their own trauma and bullshit and fear from childhood, and they carry it to their adulthood. And you have these two people who are not actually coming together as themselves. They're coming together as their masks, as their personas, right? So
brilliant.
There's no divine union there on any level, on the emotional, on the spiritual, on the physical.
All right, let me get you. That went fast. That's our music. We'll see you guys on the other side. It's the Infinite Fringe. Happy Labor Day weekend, y'all. That went quick as hell.
That was good.
Extendivite, a 7-herb combination made from garlic, cayenne.
All right, I just removed the studio. Make sure you keep me honest there, JG.
That was
So I
good.
can be
That was
had.
good radio, man. That was
It went by
great.
so quick. It was
Lilac,
that
you were fantastic.
good.
Oh,
Lilac, how you feeling?
I'm good. I just actually shot like 6 videos in a row before our talk.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so hyped up with like talking. I actually had like a long video on why we have to stop having babies. Like,
All right. Well, there you go.
yeah.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I'm still feeling the energy of that.
What do you want to talk about after this? We got a half hour. Let's uplift a bit. You know.
Let's uplift.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me some ideas.
All right.
What you got, JG?
Well, we'll start talking when the break starts, and then we'll toss around a few things. I got a couple things we can talk about.
All right, good.
I like staying on. We could stay on the sexual energy thing. I was talking to Billy earlier about something that I don't have any documentation on this, but I was talking about the riding of the broom and the that it's not actually somebody zipping across the sky on a broom. But
as far as a witch goes.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. I have something to say about that.
Yeah, because what I was saying to Billy was the riding of the broom, going around a circle and chanting between people in an energetic way, and bringing that sexual energy up, but by riding that broom, and that the person could fly, but not they're not zipping across the sky on the broom, kind of thing. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I can tell you the real reason of the symbolism behind it.
All right, yeah, great.
We'll dive right into the symbolism behind it. Awesome. And
Yeah.
and then we'll start talking about energies. We'll just let it flow, and wherever we end up is where we end up. Good so far, Lilac. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
Unfortunately, I had to break up your flow. That's the thing about radio, right? It's just the way it is.
So what are you doing? You chop
at the top of the hour. I'm gonna shout out the chat, and then I'm gonna have you tell everybody where they can find you. I like to do that.
Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me, because I forgot to tell my website before.
I got you, Lilac. I'll take care of this.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna add the studio now.
So what are you doing? You cruising around, just traveling right now, or what?
Me, I'm in LA right now. I've been just grounded for a couple months in the summer. I had a house here for the summer.
Oh, nice.
Just writing a lot, writing a few books, and working on my channel and working on my website.
Nice.
Just allowing the information to come through.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
it's been intense.
Yeah.
Motherisrising.com, right?
Yes.
Los Angeles is
I'm adding. Hot mic.
Truth Frequency Radio.
It's the Infinite Fringe, live right here on Truth Frequency Radio on hackerhameen.podbeam.com and theinfinitefringe.podbeam.com on iTunes and everywhere else you can hear my voice. Welcome, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody else of any dubious species that may be listening right now. Appreciate all of y'all. Happy Labor Day weekend. I hope everybody's chilling poolside, eating burgers and pizza and all this stuff that you shouldn't be eating. You know, have fun. Indulge for a bit, and around the world. Make sure you're doing it too. What's up, Jimmy?
The chat room was twerking, man, on that song. There was like a whole twerk contest going on the bar in there. It's literally, man, people were swinging from the rafters. Who is that, Ween?
That was Ween.
Yeah, man.
Ween, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna shout out the chat, and then we'll get back into this conversation that we got going on here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Sophia the Bot, how you doing? What's going on? Greetings to you. Rega Girl, what's up, Rega Girl? The Wookie. Is that TFR Wookie? Yeah, it is TFR Wookie. He changed his name to The Wookie, apparently. What's up, Wookie? How you doing, Wook Wook? 3D in 1, what's up? How you doing? Bammy, what's going on, Bammy? Basic Materials, something or other. What's up? How you doing? I've never seen you before. Greetings to you. Lover of Romance. How you doing, Lover of Romance? How you doing? Shouts to you. Thanks for joining me here live today. Lover of Romance also has a podcast. You can go ahead and drop that in the chat if you wish, and people can go check it out. What else we got here? Cold Brews. What's up, Cold Brews? Shih Tzu Boogaloo 2. What's up, Shih Tzu Boogaloo? How's it going? Salamo, how's it going? King Sweet. Mr. Right Now. What's up, Mr. Right Now?
How you doing?
Gemini. How you doing, Gemini? What's going on? Mathis, what's up? And I saw Lucky in there earlier. Alchemical Tech, October 20th. Here in NYC, Alchemical Tech. Wayne McRoy will be coming down and talking to us along with Crow 777, Jason Lindgren. Come join us. It's an all-day event. Mark Devlin, John Brissom, all of us, we're going to be there. So come join us. I'm going to drop the link in the chat yet again. And if you can't come, and make sure you spread it to somebody that can. Lilac Orr is here with us, and I want her to tell you where you can find her. Lilac, what's up?
What's up? So it's easier to just go to motherisrising.com. You can have all the links to my social media and my YouTube channel. You can subscribe. I put a lot of new videos all the time. Motherisrising.com.
Motherisrising.com. Brooks Agnew, happy Labor Day to you. I hope you're relaxing and chilling out. I'm going to be doing some of that tomorrow, Lord willing. Didn't get around to doing it today, but, you know, it'll happen. So, Jimmy, you were touching on something before we went off into the break, along with Lilac, and I want you to bring that back and talk about it a bit. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, yeah, we were talking a little bit about in the perfect union, causing the divine spark between a man and a woman. And we were talking about the possible disconnect. Hey, Gemini. The possible disconnect between a man and a woman's energy being exchanged by the introduction of a rubber item that prevents the actual electrical connection between the couple. And we had
hey, Jimmy, let me break in here real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Salamo in the chat. I didn't see you for some reason. Something happened in my chat. What's up? How you doing? And I will answer you back very soon. Lawrence is in there too. How are you? Greetings to you. And anybody I missed, my apologies. Anyway, Buster 1978. I saw Spoon Man earlier today. What's up, Spoon Man? Anyway, go right ahead.
Yeah, so we were just getting back into what we were talking about right before the break with our guest Lilac. So did you want to get back into a little bit more of that? Because I think, energy is such an important aspect of our lives in this modern day society. And some of the older ways and some of the older knowledge really could benefit human beings, since we've been cut off from that knowledge because it's been demonized in pop culture and other ways that it's somehow evil.
Shih Tzu Boogaloo in the chat says, is a kiss not also a connection? And that's a good point. I think it is. Lilac can answer that. She's the expert on this. We're also going to get into some witching stuff.
I would say it's not orgasmic in nature, though. So there's a precise moment where the divine spark happens. And
No, there's a process to it, but I think there is a connection with a kiss also. But anyway, let's let Lilac answer the question. Go ahead, Lilac.
Okay, so first of all, this is exactly why I started the sex magic school, and because I want to teach people how to have sex. No one knows how to have sex, people. Like, no one knows how to actually have a sacred union. It's very, very important to learn all these things. There are steps to take. Separately, before you come into the union, you have to have a preparation for the union. This is ancient knowledge that the dark masculine world has completely destroyed. To like, it's completely hidden. No one is talking about it. You can find so many people who talk about how to have nice positions and how to have a little tantric sex and meditate a little bit before. No one is actually bringing the deep, powerful information of sex magic, and that's my goal. So if you're really serious about it, and I also don't accept every person into my sex magic school, you have to be prepared. You have an interview, and I have to be very protective of this knowledge. So because like we said before, it can be used for very bad energy, which it is used today for very bad energy by very powerful people. So going back to what you asked, again, about the condom, I already answered you before, but like I said, I would rather people use a condom when they don't know how to have sex, because it's just if you're not, you're just going to create more chaos in your own life and in the world. Okay, what you do in the bedroom affects the entire world and and also other dimensions as well, and other timelines, which I will speak about later in my YouTube videos. I actually today shot 6 new videos for my channel, and one of them is about the kiss. So good question. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel and subscribe if you want to see that video. It's motherisrising.com. Go to my videos. But I will talk a little bit about the kiss. Of course, it is a sexual. It has tremendous sexual energy. I actually love kissing more than I love having full-on sex penetration, because I can exchange sexual energy in a very safe way. But even when I kiss someone, I choose my partners extremely wisely. Like, I don't just kiss anyone. We're still exchanging fluids, and we are still exchanging energy, and there are ways to use your kiss also in a divine way, in order to you can even heal. You can affect the energies of your partner when you're kissing them. So it can be very, very powerful.
I agree, 100. I'm actually with you there. I enjoy that more than overall sex for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I do. It makes perfect sense to me that and there is a connect every time. I'm of the mind that every time you make a connection, I mean, like a physical connection with anyone, there is an exchange of energy. Just a hand. When we shake hands for a reason. When we meet someone and we shake their hands or we give them a hug, it's an embrace and it's an exchange of information, in my opinion. I could be way off. It's just what I'm feeling. Go ahead, Lila.
No, absolutely. I mean, our bodies are made of electricity, and you can feel people's energy. You can feel people's energy even without touching them, if you're very sensitive. But you know how you shake a person's hand, and like you can kind of like see so much about who they are just from like the way they shake your hand, but you can get so much information from a kiss, because you're actually exchanging fluids, and the fluids in the person's body, they hold information, they hold energy, even more. So you can not only know so much about your partner, but you can affect their energy, and you can heal them, you can help them. For example, if I meet a guy, right, and I feel like I want to kiss him, which rarely happens, but it happens, and I just fall in love with his masculine energy. I imagine, and I also spoke about it in my video today, I imagine that in that moment, even if I know that I'm not going to see him tomorrow, we're not going to be forever and ever, fairy tale story, I imagine in that moment, because all we have is this one moment in time, there's only this one moment, that he is the embodiment of the divine masculine, and I am the embodiment of the divine feminine, and through him and through this unity, I feel him with so much love, and I breathe into him so much of my love from my womb. And I heal so much of the divine masculine with a kiss, because the divine masculine really needs help today. Like the divine masculine has been suppressed just as much as the divine feminine, and the feminine and women, they actually have more support. We have more support. We have experienced more hugs and kisses and loves in our lives, and men have experienced a lot less of physical love and physical touch, and a lot less support. They don't have, like, men can't just go to their guy friends, mostly, not all of them, and just talk about everything all the time, just like girls do. So the masculine really could use our divine feminine love and support, and a kiss is a wonderful way to kind of shift that energy. And even when you kiss a man, you put your hands on his heart. Of course, you have to make sure your intentions are pure, but feel the energy coming from your womb and your love from your womb, and bring it up to your hands and to your mouth, and breathe it into him, and that will make tremendous shifts in this man.
Sounds like it's all a bunch of intention, right?
Yeah, it's all about intention.
The intention behind it needs to be right. It needs to be real. It needs to be sincere.
Yeah, that's what magic is. That's what magic is. You can, yeah, you can do the same thing like I do, but my intention is going to be different. So my result is going to be different. It's all about our intention.
That makes sense to me. And you know what? Like I have two boys. I don't have a little girl. I have two boys, but I raise them, showing them affection all the time. Like I let them know it's okay to cry, and it's okay to hug. I kiss my boys every morning when they wake up, and I let them know how much I love them, and I let them know all the time, like I want them to know that they're loved, and I want them to know that it's okay to love in return.
Yes.
I want them to be in tune with that sensitive side of their humanity, of their manliness, I should say, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Let me let you get in here, JG.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a deep and interesting subject, and I was fascinated by what you were saying, Lilac. Because the union that happens between a man and a woman, and the energy that can possibly flow between those people is the most sacred energy there is. And I think, you can trace it all the way back to the fall from the garden, and sort of draw a parallel to the Gnostic falling from the fourth to the third dimension, when sex became something for pleasure as opposed to sacred creative energy. And I think in these modern times, they've trained men, first of all, to not be able to last long in bed, because most men have been trained from a young age to pleasure themselves to pornography, and they're always got to be quiet, and they always got to hurry up. So you have all these issues, that micro issues that seem to add up, and the feminization of men through popular culture. Not to say that it's bad for a man to be sensitive, but for a man to imitate feminine esque qualities in order to be non-threatening in a world where being a man has now become a crime. So the alpha male seems to be on his way out, and the beta is on his way in, and the warrior princess model is being put forward in a big way.
Yeah.
It's just.
Can I just say?
Please do.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Please
right
do.
ahead.
So yeah, you this is amazing what you're talking about, and it's so important. It's so important, but it's not completely true. I mean, it's completely true what you're saying. It's not what you're saying. Okay, so we have been lied to from day one. We come to this world, and the view that we have about what is being to be a man and what it is to be a woman is completely distorted, like completely. So a man, and this is what I teach. A man, a masculine energy, his power comes from the heart. He is actually a very, very highly sensitive, loving being. He has to work from his heart. But we are taught that a manly man, has to work from his penis, and he has to fuck all the women and blah, 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 and he has to do all that. a little boy is never taught how to work from his heart, how to just meditate, how to feel himself, how to do everything from love. And then a woman, she has to grow up and become a warrior, because she, first of all, she grows up in a world of, she feels unsafe. Like most women, if not all, will tell you that in some point of their life, if not all the time, they don't feel safe here, because this dark masculine energy is ruling everyone. So she has to, like, she has no choice but to become this warrior. Now, the feminization of men, it's a huge thing. It's so, oh my God, I'm so upset about that because it's really distorting the divine masculine energy. And there's a difference between a man being sensitive, which he should be sensitive. Men should be more sensitive and connected to their heart. That has nothing to do with men being more feminized. Okay, that I want to just kind of put the difference between these two words, because it's not the same. Oh, does it make sense what I'm saying, or am I confusing you?
No, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, no, okay. So yeah, that's just that was my
no,
point.
yeah,
actually,
that's
that,
yeah. There's a big difference there's a big difference between being sensitive and being feminine. There's a big difference,
right.
And you see this whole transmutation and popularization of something that's called a transgender, which is the mixing of the genders into one being.
Yes,
it's which
completely destroying our divine power and essence completely.
Right.
Exactly.
Not only that,
yeah.
but I mean, it also is a facsimile of the union that actually occurs between a man and a woman to create
Yep.
the same exact thing, but with separate entities that are of different energetic proportions as far as male and female.
Right. Right.
All right.
And what does that do energetically? What does that do energetically? This whole, like, bringing men and women into one thing, it's destroying our essence. It's even more disconnecting us from who we truly are and our true power, because we do come into this world as bodies of men and women. Okay, when we go to the fifth dimension, yeah, sure, there's only one soul and there's not much difference, but we are not there yet. Okay, so it's destroying the connection. It's destroying even more. It's destroying sex even more. And what does it do? It takes all our powers away. It kind of like forms us into this energetically robots, in a sense, where we have no more power of creation. Like, people don't understand this. If I try to talk about like the trans thing right now, like, I'll be homophobic or something, you know. But people don't want to see the truth. They don't, because they're going with the flow. They're sheeps. So, being a trans is super cool now. And look at all the freaking children. They all want to be trans. They all want to change their sexuality. This is not normal.
Because they have nowhere to go with their feminization at this point, because they've been popular culturized down to the point where they're to the point at an age now where they don't know if they should be male or female at this point. And I mean, introducing such content, if you introduce this content to such a young child who has no idea what one thing from another even is just beyond description, because it fits right into the plan. The plan is depopulation. That's it. And so,
and it's not just depopulation, it's destroying our natural powers and abilities as human beings. We have so much powers that we haven't even started to tap in yet. Like, it's so much more than depopulation. And what happens is the vaccines of today that we give to children are very different than the vaccines I got as a child. Okay, it's completely destroying, like, their DNA from a very like cellular level. And then put on top of that the fact that a lot of children want to be trans because it's cool today to be trans. They're so freaking confused about their own sexuality. It's horrible.
And let me tell you, so much stuff was hit there that I'm just like, wow, like, where do we go from here? And we don't have a lot of time left. We don't. And I do want to hit a couple of other things before we get up out of here. Now, I do want to say that the alpha male went out a long time ago, and it has nothing. Well, it has a lot to do with a lot of things, but what we have today, especially in the developed countries, is a corporate alpha male. that is very different from an alpha male. For one, I want to put that out there. The alpha male has been dead a long, long time ago. The corporate alpha male that is now taking over and running things, it's not an alpha male. It's fake. But they get to hide behind, the protective shield of a corporation and all these fake laws we've made up for ourselves. Also, the hypersexualization of kids, they're clearly not ready for that. It just brought me right back to, when, in my opinion, we weren't ready for the knowledge that we had when we were in the garden in that whole thing, and we came down here and we had no idea what the hell was going on, and we don't know what to do with ourselves, and we're a species with amnesia. It's the same thing, and we're doing it to our kids now here on this level. In my opinion, it's a crazy thing. Before we go, I do want to talk about the whole backstory behind a witch's broom. You said you did know about that. I don't know what it is. Now, you are a witch of sorts. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've also stated that you are a mermaid, and we will talk about that at another time. And if you really want to know the full story, go to Lilac's YouTube channel, and she will tell you the whole deal, because she's come out and she said that. But talk to us about the witch and the broomstick and where that comes from and what it means.
Okay, so yeah, it's a really cute story actually. So the symbolism of the green witch on the broom, right? So basically, every woman is a witch. I teach that a lot. Every woman is a witch of some sort. A witch comes from the word wit. It's a wise woman. It's not a bad woman who does horrible things to people. It's actually a wise woman, and this wisdom every woman holds in her womb. Unfortunately, a lot of women are like not even in their divine feminine. They're in their dark feminine, so they're not really connected to that power. But the symbolism of the green witch on the broom comes from this. So the witches of the past used to use a lot of psychedelic mushrooms. Now, I love psychedelic mushrooms. They're my best teachers ever. I always speak about them. So when you take psychedelic mushrooms and you cook them and you make them into a paste, the color is green. It's very, very green. So the witches used to take the mushrooms and turn them into a green paste, kind of creamy paste. And then what they would do is they would put the paste on a stick, on like an edge of a broomstick, right? Which looks like a old age vibrator or something, right? And they put the paste on it, all over it, and then they insert it into their vagina, into their portal. I don't like the word vagina, I call it portal. But anyway, they insert it because when you insert things into your vagina, you actually feel the mushrooms a lot stronger. You get higher, basically. Wow. So the witches used to insert that green paste.
We have a minute left. Go ahead.
Okay. Basically, they insert it, and the flying is symbolic for the flight of the mind, of the consciousness. Basically, the high that you get from the mushrooms. That's the story.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
motherisrising.com.
motherisrising.com. Mother is Rising on YouTube. Lilac was our guest, Jimmy Jean. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me over on YouTube at Into the Mic. Yeah.
Jimmy's been bewitched. Jimmy's gone.
I have been bewitched. No, I have been. I mean, this has been an enchanting conversation with a fantastic guest, and hopefully you'll be back soon. Yeah, you can find me over on YouTube at Into the Microcosm with WITH Jimmy Jean, and also on Revolution Radio at 11 o'clock Pacific, Friday nights, 2 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock a.m. Saturday morning for all you Easterners. And thank you so much for such an enchanting evening on a Sunday night. Couldn't have spent it a better way. Thank you, Lilac.
Thank you so much, guys.
Lilac, hold on, do not hang up. Listen, it's September. We're going to dive full into 9/11, okay, after this. And it's what we do here at the Infinite Fringe because, even though I wish that thing never happened, because of it happening is the reason that I'm here. So September, 9/11, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, take it easy. God bless you. Love you, man. Relax, take it easy, unwind. Labor Day weekend, it's the Infinite Fringe right here on TFR. Brooks Agnew is next. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Ella. and I'm 10 years old. I'm one of the millions of children born to parents.
Beautiful. Okay, I removed the studio from the call.
Okay,
They were loving the show in the chat. They're saying, "Hey, what a fantastic episode! Great job, Billy."
Yo, is Shih Tzu Boogaloo a man?
I'm not sure.
Some of the stuff he was saying in there was she. I was like, oh my god, what? Hey, people.
So there's like a chat room. Like there's a chat room, and you guys can see what they're writing.
Yeah.
It's a
They
chat.
loved. They loved you.
They really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really dug it. It was it was a fun show. Like I wanted to keep it as light as possible, be it that it was Labor Day, but the information dropped in the beginning was important. You know, so I'm glad we got it out of the way.
Yeah.
Too,
Next time,
we tried to light it up just a bit. I'm sorry for the interruptions. It's live radio. You know, like last time we did this, you just went. You know, there was no interruption, and people dug that show. People are gonna dig this show too. But that's what we do here, and I only get an hour, mainly because I don't have the time to do another hour. So so that's what we do. But thank you, Lilac. I appreciate you. It was awesome. I had a good time. I hope you did too.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate you guys too. Thank you so much, Billy. Yeah.
No problem.